What's up? Back from NAMM, and it's time for another unbiased gear review. This is the all-new Dean Evan Gordon Guitars Bolter model. So first, let's go over the specs of this instrument. We have a one-piece swamp ash body with a bolt-on maple neck and an Indian rosewood fingerboard. We have 24 jumbo stainless steel frets, Hipshot tuners with these really awesome knobs. Kind of reminds me of the old LSR tuners from back in the day that you used to see on like some of the jacks and stuff. Super cool. Hipshot bridge. We have a Dimarzio, Tone Zone, and Air Norton in here too. So Dean got in touch with me last year about possibly sending me an instrument or two for a review. This is the first of the ones that he's sent me. And I gotta tell you, I am really impressed by this thing. Just looking the thing over, it's a lot more basic than some of the stuff that he is known for producing. For those of you guys that follow him on Facebook, you know a lot of times he goes crazy with like these super carved top designs, a few other nicer features, maybe like some exotic tops or some really cool and wacky finishes. But basic premise is that it is a very modernistic take on the electric guitar design. In his words, he doesn't want to create just another Strat or Les Paul clone. He wants to create something a little bit different. And I think that's exactly what he's accomplished with this. It is what it is. It's got its own aesthetic to it. It's got its own look to it. It's not for everybody. So there's going to be people out there that don't care for it, but I would just ask, please pick one up and play one first. Because, wow, is this thing really well built. Taking a look at the joint between the neck and the body, and that neck is in there super duper tight. There is no gap to speak of whatsoever. That is really nice. Lots of body to neck contact for excellent sustain. The fretboard is just beautiful. The crowning is fantastic, but the fretboard itself is nicely rolled off, as are the fret edges themselves, nicely rolled off. So you've got a really just nice, smooth playing surface right there. Taking a look at the headstock, we've got some really, really excellent straight string pull there, which a lot of guys will contest that really helps improve tuning stability. And this instrument does have some great tuning stability. I've been playing it now for a few weeks, and yeah, as much abuse as I'm putting this thing through, sorry, Dean, it's holding up really, really nicely, and it holds its tuning remarkably well despite all I've been putting it through. The nut is really nice. It is a Graphtec nut, which, it's kind of quickly becoming an industry standard brand. Fantastic appointment to have that there. The finish itself is a really nice oil and wax finish that feels exceptionally smooth. So if you're a little bit discerning about the satin finishes that you find on your instruments, this is actually a really nice finish. One of the better ones I've found on a natural guitar body. Natural meaning no coloration or anything like that. The finish is also exceptional along the back of the neck too, further enhancing the playability of this instrument. The neck itself is kind of a nice C shape. It's not really anything too spectacular. It's not like crazy asymmetrical profile or anything like that. It's just kind of a, you've played one, you've played them all, kind of C shape to it. Very Superstrat-esque. It's very easy to get acclimated to if you're a metal player like myself and you're kind of used to like the Superstrat styles. It's very easy to get used to this neck. The 16-inch radius is also just about perfect for a 6-string. It's not too flat, it's not too rounded. You can get the best out of both worlds with chording as well as with bends, vibratos, fast lead runs. The choice of the Hipshot bridge and the Hipshot tuners on here are real nice touches. I very wholeheartedly approve of those. I love Hipshot hardware. They're just built really, really solid. So it's always nice to see guitar builders using pretty much anything that Hipshot makes. I love this stuff. One thing that you guys will notice is different about this instrument is that there is a substantial bit of wood missing from right here like you would normally find on a typical solid body instrument. And instead, there has been a metal rest for resting the guitar on your knee that has been put there in its place. Is it a little aesthetic? Yeah. Can it be removed? Well, it's got screws in there, and also the output jack is kind of attached to it. But, I mean, I think it actually looks kind of cool myself. It's not necessarily something that I was very open to when I first saw it, but I'm seeing kind of a functional purpose for it, because without having a huge mass of wood there, I've got a little bit more space for my hand and my wrist in there for when playing leads. So it's kind of an interesting thing that, yeah, it's got a weird aesthetic to it. It's different. It's not something that you're used to seeing at all, but it serves a really nice functional purpose. So don't knock it till you try it. Moving on to how this guitar sounds, it's really, really cool, and I honestly didn't think I would like it as much as I did. Like, I'm typically more into like those super hot, super loud, kind of brick to your chest tones, just brutal, super heavy. This thing is a little bit more of like a hard rock, kind of airy kind of tone to it. It's really exceptional for lead work. The pickups, the tone zone in the bridge is really, really cool. The Air Norton in the neck has always been one of my favorite neck pickups. I love how airy and open and glassy it sounds. It sounds a little vintage, it sounds a little modern. Sounds great for when you're digging in, getting those pinches. Very, very nice. I I gotta tell you, I also really love the tone of the tone zone in this thing too. You know, it's kind of a polarizing pickup, but it works so well in this instrument. It sounds beefy, it sounds massive. The fact that there's not too much body mass here, I mean, this is a very lightweight guitar. It's only like 6 pounds, maybe a little less. And the fact that there's not a whole lot of mass, it's kind of allowing this pickup to do its thing and not necessarily be hindered by the mass of the instrument because there hardly is any. You know, in most other guitars, this pickup just doesn't sound this massive. But here, it's filling up the sonic space just so well. I mean, it sounds heavy. It's not super high output. If anything, it's exceptional for lead work. You know, there again, not the heaviest of rhythm instrument, but this is a guitar I could seriously see myself using as a studio tool for tracking leads. It just has a nice, sweet, sonorous tone. It's warm, but it's not like super loose and spongy. It's a little bit tighter. It's got enough treble presence to it that it cuts nicely in a mix. There again, great for lead work. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely something that is an inspiring instrument to play on. My overall thought is that this Dean Evan Gordon Bolter is honestly kind of a winner. I mean, it's just an exceptional piece of gear. There's no frills to it. It's just really, really well built. Captures the essence of what Dean is trying to do with kind of this smallish body, you know, the functional rest for on the knee here, but just, you know, the attention to detail to put out such a super high quality instrument as this. I mean, it just makes me happy to see kind of a smaller builder really, really putting in the time and the care to make something this nice. This Bolter series, from what I remember Dean telling me, is going to be roughly around $21.50. There's a lot of other features and options that are going to be available for it too. He's kind of playing with the idea of like some color options as well. But man, I'm just finding myself really, really enjoying this guitar a lot. You know, one of the things that I firmly believe, like, I don't necessarily believe that gear makes the player. I won't say that, but I will say that exceptional gear helps inspire you to play exceptionally. I will say that, and this is definitely one of those guitars. You know, many of you guys that have seen my videos, many of you guys that have met me, know I can be a little bit of a sloppy player, but I just kind of find myself playing a little bit cleaner on this thing. Sounds great, great for recording. I mean, I don't have enough good things to say about this guitar. I'm speechless, but I don't have enough good things to say. You do the math. So I know what you're wondering. Arnold, what are you drinking today at 11 in the morning? Well, today I am going to have from Matchless Brewing the Crosby Hop Farm Sterling Wet Hop Pilsner. Cool. From Matchless Brewing in Washington. This is a 5.8% ABV Pilsner. Has a bit of a head. Very, very nice, kind of milky, creamy, golden color to it. Very citrusy and very hoppy when you smell it. Not bad at all. It really boasts the hoppiness, but really it's not super hoppy. It's hoppy for a Pils, but it's more of like a dry hoppiness to it. So kind of grassy a little bit. So, very clean, very crisp. There's notes of like lemongrass in there, other citrus flavors. Like I said, just a little bit of hoppiness, but not overpowering like an IPA or a pale ale or anything like that. Kind of floral a little bit. Overall, not bad at all. I would drink this. This is actually really, really good. So thank you so much for checking out this video. Go to the description and click on the links to the guitar that I reviewed, the band I'm supporting, and the beer I drank. If you like this video, give it a like, and also subscribe to this channel. Many more reviews to come.